Hey, hey, everyone. It's a great day to be an American. So apparently yesterday there was some issues with the audio. So we're redoing the Trump wins live stream from yesterday. This is a historic win. We'll go through this. Donald Trump completely remade the Republican Party, and he made it a party of the working man, a party of the people. And all through this election, people were telling everyone, 70% of Americans said this country is on the wrong track. 70%. And Republicans listened to that and said, okay, so this is how we propose. The Democrats responded by saying, Trump is Hitler. Trump is a fascist. Trump is this. Trump is that. That's not giving a clear view of what your policies will be. Donald Trump said there should be no taxes on tips. There should be no taxes on overtime, and that senior citizens on Social Security should not pay tax. There's clear, concise points. He also said the border should be closed. When he said the border should be closed, they accused him of being um, anti-immigrant. Well, no, it's not anti-immigrant if you're saying, hey, immigration has caused these problems, and because of these problems, we need to close the border. We need to get back on track. And, you know, those are not bad things. The Democrats responded by saying, oh, he's a fascist. He's this, he's that. They never once gave their plan of how they would address these issues. That's the huge thing. You know, we are a country where we want to know how you're going, what your policies are going to be. And the the key thing for me was when Kamala did that interview um, a month ago, and the interviewer asked her, and it was Sunny Hostin from The View. I can't stand The View, but whatever, some people like it. She asked her point blank, looking back on the last 4 years, is there one thing that you would do different? And she said, nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind. And then you try to say, well, I'm not Joe Biden. When you say nothing comes to mind when you're asked for just one thing that you would do different. And the I just looked at the election returns, not returns, results. Okay, California has been a deep blue state for decades. I looked at Benny Johnson posted the um, election results in California from 2020, and today the whole center of California is red. That's a huge deal. The whole center of California was always, you know, big spots of blue here, big chunk of blue down by San Diego, from um, down by San Diego all the way up through the center of the state. is now red. How huge is that? That we took California, land of the fruits and nuts, as I used to call them when I drove a truck, and we turned the whole center of the state red. That's huge. And we turned Nevada red. Trump won all 7 battleground states. All 7. He only had to win either Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Wisconsin. One of those 3 to win. He won Pennsylvania. He won Michigan. He won Wisconsin. He won Arizona. He won Nevada. He won all 7 battleground states. That's huge. Plus, he has taken and completely reformed the Republican Party. The elitist of the Republican Party and what I call the warmongers are out. The Dick Cheneys and Liz Cheney's, they're out of the Republican Party. They're gone. Yeah. Their answer to this has been, well, you know, he's racist, he's sexist, he's misogynist. He won the popular vote by 5%. By 5%. They were rhinos, yeah. And what we brought in was the people that are Democrats with common sense. We brought in Robert Kennedy Jr. We brought in Elon. We brought in Tulsi. These are all people with huge common sense that love this country. And I am so happy that this is the result. Plus, we took the Senate. We have 52 votes in the Senate, and it looks like we're going to keep the House. So the 52 votes in the Senate are key. There's there's 1 or 2 that are still outstanding, but 51 is the balance of power in the Senate. You have to have 51. Well, we have 52. I think we're going to end up with 53, which if we have 53, that means Trump's nominees will not have a problem. And something that Bobby Kennedy said this morning, he did a interview this morning, and he said that he's going to be in charge at the FDA, over the FDA and the CDC. He said, we're going to go in and we are going to clean house. He said, you have Fruit Loops. He said, you look at the list of ingredients, there's like 16 or 17 ingredients. He said the same box of Fruit Loops in Canada has 3 ingredients. He said, so the only way to address that is to go out and clean out every department and hire all new people. And I thought that was huge. That was a good thing. Somebody that's willing to say, yeah, no, this ain't working. Start over, right? And, you know, I don't wish Kamala ill. I really don't. But she so disrespected her supporters Tuesday night. She refused to go out and give her concession speech to her supporters Tuesday night. She sent her chief of staff, who went out there and said, we're not going to make a statement. He said, we're not going to, this is about Kamala Tuesday night. She so disrespected her supporters by not going out Tuesday night and saying that she conceded, and that then she would have lived to fight another day. But by her sending her chief of staff out there, and he just was so rude. He said, we are not going to make any statements till every vote is counted, and you all just need to go home and get some sleep. And then somebody said something and he said, go home. And he turned and walked off. That was rude. But it also shows that she's vindictive. And Carrie Kupek, she said that there are going to be reports come out in the next few weeks that Kamala Harris was rude to Donald Trump when she called. That 3 different times she chastised him for not providing a smooth transition of power when he left the last time, and that she would be there to make sure that a smooth transition of power was adhered to. That's disgraceful. And Carrie Kupek said she just ended her political career. Yeah, she's snippy and defiant when she should be thankful to her her supporters and her staff. Did you know that her turnover rate of her staff while she was vice president was 92%? They would come, they would stay just a few months, and they would leave. I think that's telling. 92%. But I think that Tulsi Gabbard is going to end up being Secretary of Defense because she cares about veterans. She cares about service members. Yeah, 90, yeah, between 92 and 98%. You know, she cares. She gave an impassioned speech a week ago about how that Kamala was willing to send our young, brave men and women out to unknown battlefields as fodder because she won't do her due diligence. She turned to the camera and she said, how dare you? How dare you send our service members out to just be cannon fodder? She was really ticked off. And it was a good speech. You know, it wasn't mean, it wasn't condescending, but she was pointing on record that, look, you're doing this. Why are you getting away with doing this? And I happen to agree with her. You know, now in the last 2 days, they said, don't be surprised if Joe doesn't go and start a war in the next month, because he's still in office until January 20th. And that is just so scary. You know, we are marching towards nuclear war with Russia. with Russia instead of talking to um, Zelensky and talking to Putin and see, you know, how we can end this war. Joe Biden said that he told Zelensky that he was going to send him the missiles so that he could strike deep within Russia. That's wanting to the war to continue instead of drawing it to a close like it should. I just find it so offensive. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It's like, now, Zach, you know me. I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. I just call a spade a spade. And all these people that are saying, it's a big red cup. Yeah. That's my that's my coffee cup that I use to drink tea or coffee. It holds 10 ounces. But the issue is we are marching towards war. We should be, you know, and the reason why I like Tulsi is she says that going to war should always be a last resort. Always. You should never want to go to war. And we've seen over the last 3.5 years Biden's willingness to go to war all everywhere practically, and these people that are saying, "Oh well, now that Trump is president, you know, he's going to green light Israel bombing Iran's nuke program." Well, Joe Biden should have never got in the way of that because Israel, when they had that bombing a couple weeks ago, they were going to take out all the nuke facilities. And Biden stuck his nose in it, told him, no, 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 don't do this, don't do that. He has no right to tell another country how to fight their war. Just like the deal with Gaza. He they were they were on tap to have that all completed within 6 to 8 weeks. Joe Biden stuck his nose in it, and now here we are. This is November, so October, no, or so we're a year and a month later, and they're not getting close to completing the end because Joe Biden told him, now, if you do this, we won't support that. Let them finish it. On October 7th of last year, Palestinians attacked farms by Gaza, and they harmed women. They killed babies in some of the most horrific manners that I can't discuss here because it's just so awful. Yet Biden got all up in arms about people getting killed in Gaza. Well, where was your being up in arms in contempt when the Palestinians killed 1,200 Israeli citizens on October 7th. You know, and the I watched the accounts as they happened, and the accounts as they happened showed women being drugged and put into the backs of cars with blood coming from their backdoor region, and one girl being separated from her husband, and she was shouting, "No, no, that's my husband, that's my husband." And they took him around the head, did a full Nelson, and was punching him in the top of the head. That's how they treated the Israelis. There are still hostages. They took 100 and something hostages. And the one girl that was released back in the summer said, "You have no idea the brutality that is happening with the female hostages. We are separated. We are given to a male to live with, and we are assaulted every day." And then they try to turn around and talk to us like, like that didn't happen. But I'm glad that Trump is elected so that some of this stuff can finally stop. You know, we are, here's how I view it, we are giving our enemies um, recognition instead of recognizing our allies. That's just the way I look at it. Yeah, those are real toxic men, is right. Those are real toxic men. And it's like I was talking to one of my friends yesterday and told her that in most Muslim countries, women have no rights. Zero. And I know this because my cousin was married to a Palestinian for a short while, and he treated her awful. And she, he had a job at McDonald's as a manager, as like a business manager. And there was a girl that was a very talented sketch artist. He stole her work product. When she complained about it, he told her that she needed to go home to her husband and have his babies because that's what he was put here for. She sued and she won. And I'm glad she won because that's not right at all. That is not right at all. You should not be sitting there and telling women stuff like that. I have a lot of female friends. I would not fathom someone telling any one of them something disturbing like that. If she wants to have a child, that's between her and her partner. It's not up to this toxic man at her work who is definitely, I would say, misogynistic. Yet then we get told that we're misogynistic. It's just so disturbing. And that's, I'm looking forward to changes in our country, getting away from all of this right versus left. You're wrong because you're a Republican kind of stuff. We used to be able to, we used to be able to debate, have an honest debate with friends and family member. And, you know, I tell them my side, they tell me their side. We agree where we can agree, disagree where we can disagree, and we part friends. Yeah. Um, part friends. And this is this is just such a breath of fresh air that all of this woke DEI kind of stuff is going to be flushed to the side because people rejected it, wholeheartedly rejected it, you know, and we should reject it. We should reject it because it's not right to hire someone because of their skin color or because of their good looks. You should be hiring someone because they're able to do the job. Yes, have to give people credit for being patient. That's right. You know, and here's how I look at it. After what they put Donald Trump through, the lawfare over these last 3.5 years, trying to bankrupt him, trying to put him in jail. And now that he's won the presidency, here's what tells me all them uh, suits by Jack Smith were political. Now that he's won the presidency, Jack Smith has said that the charges will be dropped on all of them by January 20th. All of them. And uh, Judge Merchan in um, New York has said that he is looking at dismissing the case. You know, this is huge. Yeah, isn't that noble now? Yeah. You put this man through hell, put his family through hell, and then for the Attorney General of New York to say if their office is uh, basically demonetized, that they will fight back. Well, first of all, it's the Congress that funds her office. Don't act like President Trump funds her office. It is Congress that funds her office. And if Congress votes that she gets $1, then they vote that she gets $1. It's the congressional vote. It's not Donald Trump saying, yeah, go get them, blah, blah, blah. No, it's up to Congress. And I do hope that they put in a attorney general that will just clean house at the Department of Justice. That all of the U.S. attorneys will be gone on day one, and that they will hire, and all of the, oh, excuse me, executive assistants will be gone on day one. And his transition team has already been vetting individuals, and that will continue. But this is a good thing. Now, I have some other things that I'm working on that we'll talk about on Saturday. I want to do some more research on it. Right. Bring back respect. There's some stuff going on with the YSL trial. Two different things that are going on that I want more information on, which I'll have that by Saturday. All right. I'm going to get off here. It's great talking to you, Zach. Great talking to everybody. So we'll see you the next time. Bye now.